Benjamin Franklin once said that the only two things that are guaranteed in life are death and taxes. While no one jumps for joy at the prospect of paying taxes, they serve several purposes for governments. This video will consider the fiscal policy angle of taxation and government spending. Fiscal policy refers to the government's use of taxation and spending to influence the economy. It's like the government's toolbox for managing economic growth, inflation, and employment. So in simple terms, it's how the government manages its money to impact the country's economic health. Fiscal policy can either be expansionary or contractionary. When the government wants to stimulate economic growth, they implement expansionary policies, which means increasing spending and lowering taxes. On the flip side, contractionary policies come into play when the government aims to combat inflation. This involves reducing spending and increasing taxes. Governments have various tools in their fiscal policy toolkit. Some of the common ones include tax cuts, infrastructure spending, unemployment benefits, and welfare programs. These tools help influence consumer spending, business investments, and overall economic activity. In the board game Hegemony, the state player implements both aspects of fiscal policy. The state spends money to hire workers to produce goods and services, which in turn it provides to the players. The government can put programs into place that transfer resources to the people in the different classes. Additionally, the fiscal policy on the policy table determines how many publicly run businesses can be open at a time, as well as how deep into debt the government is allowed to go before collapsing under the debt burden. To prevent this from happening, the state is able to collect taxes from the other classes. The interplay between different classes at election time will determine what levels of government spending and taxation will be present at any given point in the game. While fiscal policy can be a powerful tool, it's not without challenges. One key challenge is finding the right balance between spending and taxation to avoid budget deficits or surpluses. Additionally, timing is critical as the impact of fiscal policy may not be immediate and can take time to show results. In the United States and many other countries, the political process is a slow one, and the time it takes to pass legislation may make fiscal policy ineffective in resolving economic crisis situations. One way the governments try to mitigate this problem of time lag is by creating automatic stabilizers. An example of this would be unemployment insurance. When someone loses their job, programs that provide unemployment insurance kick in to allow the person to collect money from that program until they find a job or hit the limitations of the program. If there is an economic contraction and many people lose their jobs, this income can be a benefit to all these people while providing economic funding to boost the economy. So why does this matter for you? Anytime you have to pay taxes to the government, or even when your taxes change, you are impacted by fiscal policy. Do you drive on roads? Do you go to public parks? Do you eat food that has been inspected by the government? Is public education provided in your community? These are just a few examples of different ways that fiscal policies and decisions can impact your life. Thank you for joining us on this crash course on fiscal policy. Remember, it's essential to understand how the government manages its finances to navigate economic ups and downs effectively. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel as we look at the concepts behind the games. See you next time.